So good morning. First year become computer applications. Unit 1 basics of computer concepts or basics of computing concepts. Various concepts or various terms used in computers and how the computers are working. What are the different components of a computer? ఇవన్నీ కూడా మనం ఒకసారి డిస్కస్ చేస్తున్నాము. సో హౌ ద కంప్యూటర్ వర్క్స్ మీన్స్ సింప్లీ a computer simply accepts raw data or information and process the data, whatever data it receives, and generate some type of results or outputs, and the outputs are sent to the users. Generally computers have storing capacity, also have some storing capacity to store some data or information or programs, whatever it may be, and process the data and give the proper output in a human readable form, that is in English, on a printer or a screen. So what are the three important concepts is there are three important concepts. First one is input units, second one is processing unit, third one is output unit. Input unit simply accepts the raw data from the users and decode them into a machine or a computer readable form. Generally computers can understood only binary languages or machine languages. Means binary language means a combination of zeros and ones only, and computers won't understand any other than this, like Telugu, English, like that. So input, what is the role of input devices means it simply accepts the data or instructions or commands from the users and send it to the processing unit. So processing unit is the main unit of a computer. It simply do some calculations, comparisons, like that, and give some output or results to the end user by using or through output devices, So this is the working of a computer, or basic block diagram of a computer, or a basic working of a computer. So generally the computer system have different components like hardware, software, data, people, like that. So what is in hardware? Hardware is nothing but it is a physical components of a computer connected to a computer. Means physical components means generally electrical, electronic, mechanical, and chips, like that. Software means software is nothing but a collection of programs or applications which are used to do a task, or which are used to do something which is repeatedly used, or which is used in day-to-day life, like that. Data means what is data? Data is nothing but it is some collection of information regarding something, and people are means users or end users. So computer organization and architecture. So generally computer architecture means the definition of basic attributes of hardware components and their interconnections in order to achieve certain specified goals in terms of functions and performance. Computer organization means the design and physical arrangements of various hardware units to work in tandem in a orderly manner. So central processing unit, it is the main unit of a computer. It is a main operation unit or main operations of the CPU. What is CPU? CPU means central processing unit, or it is also called as a processor. Generally a processor, it is also called as a processor. A processor is a brain of a computer, and generally it works with very high speeds. Includes generally the processing or processor have four types of jobs. First one is fetching instructions from the memory. Second one is decoding instructions and executing the instructions and sorting the results back in the memory. So generally processor have registers, arithmetic units, logic units, a control unit like that. So CPU is nothing but a processor or central processing unit. It generally contains registers, arithmetic unit and logical unit and central processing unit. Registers are called as temporary memories. Registers are called as temporary memory locations, and all these are electrical components. And arithmetic unit is generally used to do some calculations like addition, subtractions, multiplication, divisions, comparisons like that. Logic unit is used to doing some comparisons, comparisons like true or false, yes or no, like that. Control unit is the unit which is used to control the overall operation of the computer, both the hardware, software, components, memory, processing, everything. So generally the CPU or central processing unit is the main unit of a computer. It contains four parts as we registers are temporary memory locations, or registers are temporary locations where intermediate results or some temporary results are held. So these are the four main components of the CPU. So arithmetic unit. What is arithmetic unit? Arithmetic unit is a part of the CPU that performs arithmetic operations on the data. The arithmetic operations can be addition, subtraction, multiplication, divisions. So doing all arithmetic additions like addition, subtractions. ALU. It is called as arithmetic unit is also called as ALU. ALU antamu. ALU means arithmetic and logic unit. It is used to perform all the arithmetic calculations like additions, subtractions, divisions, multiplications, exponentiation like that. Logic unit or logical unit means it is a part of the CPU, is a part of the CPU or a central processing unit that performs logical operations on the data. Logic unit is a part of the CPU that performs logical operations on the data. Generally, logical operations or logic unit is mainly used to find out whether the given expression is true or false, or like that. Means it is used to test some given conditions, if it is true or if it is false. For example, if 2 is greater than 3, is it true or false? Similarly, if 9 is less than 8, is it true or false, like that. Means generally logic unit is used to check the given conditions, whether they are given conditions and expressions, whether they are true or false. Control unit. So what is control unit? Control unit is used to control the overall operation of a computer, like its components, hardware components, software components, and memory units or memory, processor, power supply, and everything. Each and everything. Control unit is used to control overall operating systems. So overall operation of a computer. Generally, control unit is an important component of CPU. It controls the flow of data and information. It maintains the sequences of operations being performed by the CPU. So main memory unit and memory unit. So another important feature of a computer is memory unit. Memory unit means in the memory and memory unit, all the data or information and all the programs, all the applications, all the softwares, everything is stored in the memory. Again, memories are different types. Some are permanent memories, some are temporary memories, some are having very fast memories, like that. So the main memory is referred to as the internal memory. Internal memory, and there are many types of memories are available. All we discuss in the later classes. So the main memory is referred to as the internal memory of a primary memory of the computer. It is also known as random access memory. So another memory is cache memory. We discuss it later. Registers. What are registers? Registers. All these are electronic components. All these are electronic components used to store temporary results and instructions like that. So CPU contains a few special purpose temporary storage units known as registers. They are high speed memory locations used for holding instructions, data and intermediate results that are currently being processed. సో మనకి కంప్యూటర్లో టెంపరీ రిజల్ట్స్ని లేదా ఇంటర్మీడియట్ రిజల్ట్స్ని మనం స్టోర్ చేయడానికి మనం యూస్ చేసే కాంపోనెంట్ని మనము రిజిస్టర్స్ అని అంటాము. సో దే ఆర్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ రిజిస్టర్స్. దే కెన్ హోల్డ్ ఆల్ ద temporary results or intermediate results or some outputs, everything. They store everything for the processing or CPU processing of the CPU. So next is internal communications. So coming to memories. Memories are what is a memory or a computer memory? Memory is nothing but it is used to store all the instructions, programs, data or information. And there are many types of memories, but mainly memories are divided into these three types. First one is primary memory, secondary memory and internal process memory. So what is a primary memory? Primary memory means it is used to store the data that are being currently handled by the CPU, generally known as memory. So CPUలో మనం ప్రజెంట్గా యూస్ చేస్తున్న CPUలో మనకంటే processor. CPU is nothing but a processor. Processor is used to store all the data or information in the memory. That is called as a primary memory or a main memory of a computer. So secondary memory. What is secondary memory? Storing the results and the data for future use, generally known as storage. So secondary memories are also known as auxiliary memories. These are very high capacity memories and they are generally used to store large amount of data and information, files, applications like that. So there are many differences are there in these two memories. In primary memory is very costly memory. Secondary memory is some cheap memory, and primary memory is very high speed memory. Secondary is some low speed memories, and primary memory having some limited capacities, and secondary memory have unlimited memory capacities, and primary memory are volatile memories. Generally primary memories are called as volatile or temporary memories. Primary memories are generally called as volatile or temporary memories, whereas secondary memories are called as permanent memories or non-volatile memories. So what is a volatile? Volatile means it is a temporary memory. What is a temporary memory? Means whenever you switch it off, for example, if you are typing something, open MS Word and typing something and didn't save the document, and suddenly the power goes off or the power supply power switch off. So whatever you typed till that point of time, it will erase automatically. So that is called as volatile memory. Means whenever the power gone or power supply is gone or a power supply is switched off, or when you switched off the computer, the memory or the data or information which is stored in the memory or main memory is erased or gone. It is called as a volatile memory or a primary memory. So primary memory is primary memory is called as a temporary memory, whereas secondary memories are generally permanent memories means they can store and retain the data or information permanently until and unless we delete them. Until and unless we delete the data or information or files from the disks. So these are secondary memories. So as we already told that the primary memories are very high speed, whereas secondary memories are low speed. Primary memories are temporary memories, whereas secondary memories are permanent. Primary memories are costly memories, secondary are cheaper memories, like that. So how the memory are generally represented means, what is a memory actually? Why? Because we are using the concept of memory means generally computer can't understand the human languages like English, Telugu, Hindi, like that. So that before going to use or before going to process anything, the instructions or data or instructions are first internally they should be converted into a computer readable form. Computer readable form. So what is the computer readable form means? Computers generally understood only the binary language or the machine language. అంటే కంప్యూటర్స్ అనేవి ఓన్లీ మనకి బైనరీ లాంగ్వేజ్లో మాత్రమే లేదా మెషిన్ లాంగ్వేజ్లో మాత్రమే మనకి అర్థం చేసుకుంటాయి ఇన్స్ట్రక్షన్స్ లేదా కమాండ్స్ని. అంటే మిగతా లాంగ్వేజ్ అండ్ అదర్ దాన్ దట్ అంటే లైక్ ఇంగ్లీష్ అనేది కూడా మనకి ఈ కంప్యూటర్ అనేవి ఇన్స్ట్రక్షన్స్ అనేవి ఫాలో అవ్వలేవు. సో దట్ we should convert the data or instruction or programs or commands, whatever it may be, into a computer readable form or machine readable form or a binary readable form or machine language, into a machine language. So that generally all the alphabets or the numbers, instructions, symbols which are used and stored in the computer are generally stored in the form of బైనరీ ఫార్మ్. అంటే మనకి మనం యూజ్ చేసే వర్డ్స్ కానీ క్యారెక్టర్స్ కానీ నెంబర్స్ కానీ ఇవన్నీ కూడా మనకి బైనరీ ఫార్మ్లో మనకి సేవ్ అయి ఉంటాయి ఇంటర్నల్గా. వాట్ ఈస్ ఎ బైనరీ ఫార్మ్? బైనరీ ఫార్మ్ ఆర్ బైనరీ నెంబర్స్ ఆర్ ద కాంబినేషన్ ఆఫ్ zeros and ones. For example, the alphabet capital A, the ASCII code for capital A is 65. So it is converted into some binary code or binary form in the form of 1001, like that. So computers can hold or store in the form of only binary form, that is zeros and ones. And in memory, there are many registers or electronic components are used, and each register is capable of storing only one bit of information, one bit. And what is a bit? Bit means either 0 or 1. Bit means either binary digit. Why? Because of bit means bits are generally used to represent 0 or 1. So a computer can understand only a combination of zeros and 1 or a binary language or a machine language. And in memories we may represent electrical devices or like registers. Registers are used to represent or store the data or information internally in a computer. And in the memory, values are represented by sequences of binary digits known as bits. Most computers use a group of 8 bits known as byte to represent a character. So generally computer memory is represented, computer memories are represented in the form of bits, bytes and kilobytes, megabytes, like that. And memory is a bunch of bytes or cells into which we can place data. Each cell known as a data item is assigned a unique number known as address. The CPU can identify each cell by its address. So how the computer memories are used, and how the computer memories are used to store the data or information. The byte is defined as the smallest addressable unit of memory. Most computers use groups of bytes, usually 2 or more, known as words, to represent information. Computer memories are often weighted in the terms of their capacity to store information. Typically, capacities are described using the unit of bytes. So generally, the computer memories are represented by using bits and bytes. Bit means binary digit. Bit means binary digit, means zeros and ones. Bit is nothing but a binary digit. It is represented by a 0 and 1. Why 0 and 1 means computers can understand only binary language or machine language. Computers can only understand only binary language or machine language. Combination of zeros and ones are called as a binary language. So what is 0 and what is 1? 0 means electrical in the terms of electrical and electronics or circuits like registers, and generally registers are used to store internal data or information in the memories. So all these are electronic components using some power supply. Means whenever the power supply is passed, it is represented as 0, and it is represented as 1, and other than if the power supply is not passed through it, it is represented as 1. So 0 and 1. 0 means yes value and 1 means no value, like that. So similarly true and false. So that combination of zeros and 1 is called as binary language or binary machine language. So generally a byte means byte. A byte means 8 bits. 8 bits. A bit means either 0 and 1. And 1 kilobyte, 1 KB or 1 kilobyte means 1024 bytes. 1 megabyte MB means 1024 kilobytes. 1 GB gigabyte means 1024 megabytes. 1 TB terabyte means 1024 gigabytes. So these terms are used to represent the memory or a computer memory or internal memory of a computer or a storage of a computer. So as we already discussed, memories are of different types: primary memory and secondary memories. Again, primary memories, and again they are also divided into main memory and secondary memory. Primary memory are also called as main memory of a computer. So different types of memories are used, like primary memory, secondary memories, or main memory and auxiliary memory, and again primary memory is divided into RAM, ROM, PROM, EPROM, cache memory. All these are the different types of memories or different categories of memories. So we discuss all these things. So what is a RAM or random access memory? As we know that memory of a computer is divided into two parts: primary memory and secondary memory. Primary memory is used to load all the operating systems or is used to load all the programs, applications, softwares running on a computer. So primary memory is very high speed memory and very costly memory. Generally all the programs, application programs, data and information are loaded into these primary memories. They are very high speed and high cost memories, and it is also volatile memory, as we already discussed that it is also a volatile memory. Means whenever the power supply gone, all the data or information will be automatically lost or erased. So primary memory or primary memory is also called as main memory. So main memory or a primary memory is of two types. First one is random access memory, that is RAM, and second one is ROM. So RAM is also known as, it is also primary memory. It is also called as a primary memory. So RAM is a volatile memory and loses all of its data when the power is switched off. Second one is, it is the main memory of a computer system. It stores the data temporarily and allows the data to be accessed in order. RAM can be categorized into two types, namely static RAM and dynamic RAM. So memories are basically two types: primary memory and secondary memory. Primary memory is also called as main memory. Again, primary memories are again two types. One is RAM and ROM. RAM means random access memory. Random is also called as random access memory. So it is the main memory of a computer, or it is the main memory or a primary memory of a computer. It is the volatile memory, means whenever it is whenever the power supply gone, or whenever the power supply lost, all the data and information is automatically erased or switched off, or whenever the power or computer is switched off, the data or information is automatically erased. Second one is, it is the main memory of the computer system that stores the data temporarily and allows the data to be accessed in any order. So it is the main memory of a computer system, generally used to store the data temporarily. Temporarily means not permanently, means whenever the power is switched off or power supply off, all the data in that program's information are automatically erased. So RAM again, the primary memory of RAM. RAM means random access memory, means it is a dynamic memory. Generally, what is a random access memory? It is a dynamic memory. There are again two types of memories: static memory and dynamic memory. RAM is called as dynamic memory, means dynamically storing memory, means in a memory location, in computer memory, generally the data or information is stored in different locations with memory addresses or memory addresses. So in RAM, it is why, because of it is a dynamic memory, it is stored at randomly. It is stored the data or information in randomly with some memory address. The second type of memory is called as static memory. Static means it is a continuous memory. Static means a continuous memory. So memory RAM can be categorized into again two types, namely static RAM and ROM. And RAM is also again two types: static RAM and dynamic RAM. So we may continue